Okay, welcome to the New London HR podcast. We've got Joshua Davis on the phone. Joshua, how are you? You well?
Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Now, Joshua is one of our candidates who's on the London Broker Mentorship program. We've got him on the podcast here just to tell the audience a little bit about himself, why he wants to be a broker, what he's found the mentorship like. We've actually got him an interview tomorrow over the phone with one of our commodity brokerages clients, which is quite interesting for him. So he's got a lot of research to do on the company. Joshua, do you want to tell the audience a little bit about your motivations behind wanting to be a broker, why you're looking at this industry specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, first of all, it's obviously a wonderful industry to get into. And it's the type of industry where you develop yourself and your character, which I feel is very important. Not only is it an exciting industry because it's constantly changing, but it does, I feel, match my personality, as in it's fast-paced. It has a lot to offer. Generally, it really is, something I'm very passionate about and have been looking at for a while. I follow the financial markets, constantly, really, every morning. One of the first things I do.
Good.
I'm interested in commodities as well. Pretty much anything you can pitch and sell, basically.
Great. Good man. So you're obviously giving some advice there as well for other people that are looking into the industry as well. Like, look at the markets. You have to have the right motivation behind obviously being a broker. It's not just about making the money. It is about, having that general interest.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Even if you can't necessarily afford to invest yourself or something, it really is something you need to look at constantly. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle choice. That's the way I always look at it.
Great. That's a great answer. I like the sound of that. So it's a lifestyle choice. It's definitely a serious decision. We get a lot of candidates, which we've had many chats about this, where we get a lot of candidates who click on, a broker ad, then they look at recruitment, then they look at insurance sales, and for them it's just a sales job. But you obviously feel quite strongly, because we've had conversations regarding this, that people who have that general interest and are willing to fully commit to the industry, they're the ones who end up being successful.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. You definitely have to be passionate about it.
Good.
No question about that.
Great. So you're obviously on our London Broker Mentorship program. You've been in there for quite a bit of time now. How are you finding that? What sort of advice would you give to other people? What's your favourite module? Tell us a little bit about your sort of experience with it.
Okay. It is really, it's brilliant. For someone, for example, who doesn't have a finance degree, many brokers, financial institutions and things they are interested. They're genuinely interested in what the course holds, that sort of thing. And it shows your commitment to it as well, commitment to this industry and how much you want it as well, because there's not many people, well, I say not many people, people probably are less inclined to invest in a course like this on the face of it, because they think either university is the way to go or something like that. But I genuinely advise you do this. It's amazing. It gives you inside information on what sort of thing to expect, and you can have more engaging conversations with people within this area, and you're sort of on the same page with them as well. So you know exactly what they're talking about. It's just really insightful. People are interested, and it's
good.
Yeah,
good. So you would say you had a basic understanding beforehand. Maybe you read a few articles here and there. You probably knew what the FTSE was, but after being on the London Broker Mentorship, especially listening to those calls of brokers pitching a client, you feel that your confidence has risen quite a bit.
Definitely, yeah. The pictures that you provide are invaluable, really. I mean, they focus on every aspect you really need as a broker, whether it be, tonality or just in general the opening sentence, which is one of the most important things, because obviously it drives the call and sets the tone for the entire conversation. Slightly smaller details that perhaps people won't think of much. It covers. It's brilliant for things like that.
Yeah.
But looking at the bigger picture, it covers objection handling, different types of products. It has well, it covers what different markets do. For example, the FTSE 500 that you've already mentioned, FTSE 100 that you've already mentioned, rather.
Yep.
And also sort of other European markets and the American markets, for example, NASDAQ, etc.
Yep.
And yeah, so it really is a great insight.
Good, great. I'm really glad you've raised the confidence levels of your understanding and the business development side, which is quite important to us. Out of those initial sort of 6 modules that you've received, which one would you say is your favourite? Which one do you feel that you've learned from the most? I would say probably, well, picking one's difficult because they're all very good, but I'd probably say the first 2, purely because it really. It's almost like the foundation for the rest of the course. For example, so it will teach you the basics as you would expect. Yep. For example, objection handling, terminologies, that sort of thing. Yep.
And without that, you may struggle slightly with the rest of the course because obviously it develops from sort of a junior broker role to dealing with more high net worth clients and things. For example, it looks at selling a private jet and a yacht at one point. Although it mentions those commodities, I'd suggest it's more looking at how to speak to high net worth clients and that sort of thing, which is what you want from a course more than anything else. I think.
So you're saying it starts from the sort of general tax bracket investor type of client all the way to a slightly more high net worth to a high net worth to a sophisticated investor, how to open up the call, objection handle, follow the call through, maybe even qualify the client along the way, extract that information, and possibly, depending on what brokerage you end up going into, but passing over to that senior broker with the information that you've gathered, so the senior broker can close the business. So that's what you've generally sort of learned for the first couple of weeks.
Exactly, yeah, it outlines the role really well, so you know exactly when walking into an interview, for example, or when applying for a certain junior broker role, you know the exact things you need to get from your client before even looking at a sales script, for example. You know that you need liquidity, the interest level understanding, the investment amount, etc. So, yeah, it really gives you a great understanding of what you need to do and how to perform and how to go about doing that.
Great. Thank you for obviously sharing that, and it's been a pleasure of ours to be able to obviously teach that to you, and it's also good to have a candidate like yourself who generally devotes the time and the energy to learn it. So it's quite clear that you're along the way. So look, we won't take any more of your time, Joshua. You've got an interview to prepare for tomorrow over the phone with one of our clients. So what we can also do is, if it's okay with you, are you on LinkedIn at the moment?
I am. I do need to update it slightly, but yes, I am on LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So we'll share that with our audience as well, so they can add you on LinkedIn, just so they can maybe even ask you any questions. So that will give you a bit more of a networking ability, which is quite good for some of the people that we have in our podcasts. So there you have it, guys. Yeah. Joshua David, Ian Davis on the phone with us. Thank you again, Joshua, for your time. I really appreciate that, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.